I really hope I didn't just lost the opportunity to find my gun myself. It looks this way though. Measurehead is still here. I was hoping I could snag a box.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
He stares at you with his hazy eyes.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He nods solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adoring his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shrugs, he shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with... I could say it both, I think. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of a cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example harbors.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
He scoffs, looking shocked. Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
The lieutenant takes a note.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
I've heard said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He runs his fingers through the mustache. He said that it belonged to a weasel. Or say what we already assume to be one step ahead. I don't know, some whistleblowers, I think.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Some position took it to hustle grinder. I heard something about a weasel and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. I'm opening this up for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. I'm not opening this door for myself, I'm opening... Nah. This all sounds so lame. I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the wailing in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
He doesn't wait for your answer. Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll come home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Is he actually
No.
comparing you, an officer of the law,
The
to
fuck
some
are you talking about?
neighborhood vigilantes?
We're trying to be professionals here, and they are just a bunch of fucking goons.
Come on, he's just trying to keep the peace.
And it's not very tactful to say.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Go share.
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself. How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all.
He pauses to think for a moment.
Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
You shouldn't take what's not yours.
Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us.
The bossman Everard, what can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
He shrugs. What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
That's a weird twist of the analysis. Like, what the fuck? How is it good? So basically he says that thank God that this guy doesn't steal too much. I mean, he's sitting in two container boxes. He doesn't really have much. That seemed lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
He spreads his arms wide using the reach to show how much time he has.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time.
Good talking to you, got it on.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Mr. Reasonable. This is because I keep saying none of the above. The political stuff. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
So is it that every side, every political side is like radicalized here, right? Like communism, ultra, democracy and stuff like that. Like a superstar attitude. Yeah, I think so. It's like exaggerated. Where is the Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because
What?
you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future.
I can just tisk. What the hell? What the hell? That's the other voice actor. Why didn't he do it? What the fuck? Are they actually directed to say tisk? That's a weird coincidence. It's also in asterisks, which here means quotes. Weird.
You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality?
Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Depends, I guess.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
No. I can drop for 2 different reasons. It seems fine, I still want to live for the present. Oh, man, that sounds kind of terrible. Don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. Oh, it's a moralist path. Well, let's see what it's going to be another like a thought process. Sounds incredible, Alonzi. Let's go there right now. I don't remember what Alonzi means.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh right, then let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Kingdom of Conscience. -2 half-light. I don't remember what half-light is. Wait, what? Where is it? Let the body take control, threaten people. So violence, I guess. I have 0 electrochemistry, maybe I should put something into this. Wear gloves. The door is behind the greenhouse in the yard. A basement door. Oh yeah, I remember that door. And also let's buy some healing.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint...
I wonder if there's more bottles to collect on the next day. Oh, there's some girl here. How the hell do I get there? Also, I can roll empathy again here.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Wow, 42% still. Shit.
The fuck about it? Your test.
Get lost!
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. Point at the container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. They will also make you into an idiot.
How? Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. Except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
I might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later.
Alright, Pico. Shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno! He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno!
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
The fuck?
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something
It's a task.
obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I can't possibly have 500 real. I mean, paying it for befriending him or the pants. There was also a mug in the trash. Show him the mug.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Does this adequate depiction of a South Samaran man have anything to do with? Yes, does this quaint, better not taking out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? 'Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
Huh. So it's connected to what I'm about to do. Huh. Is this going to be a municipal person? We need to talk to him.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
She lets out a hiss even meaner than before.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
There's a stack of Eternite back there. What the hell is Eternite?
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Is this like this universe asbestos? Are you hiding something?
Pig, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
He says with exaggerated confidence.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
It's still low as shit.
What's going on?
God
Is
damn
an
it.
ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Hey Kuno, think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like normal people.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Kuno gonna fuck you up. Up, up, up.
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hey.
inconspicuous pile of the roofing material Eternite.
Did it refresh? Or... Or I didn't took a chance. Just one perception, it's too low. Oh, the basement is fucking there. I need to go around. Should I put another point into empathy now? God damn it. Still haven't found speed too. And it's already half of the day passed.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in.
The lieutenant looks uncomfortable.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement.
Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we are undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
The lieutenant replies, still inspecting the padded door.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it.
It's also strange that he would send us, like, he has a key. He could just send, like... Nobody will even know that we did it unless, like, the kids will see it and tell the guy about it. Like, it's just... doesn't make much sense.
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrat we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
Can't we, like, open the door, check the place, then close the door?
I don't know. You're a pretty good liar. Are you as good an infiltrator as you are a liar?
Shit. Yeah, I don't know how flexible this game is. I want to know what's
The
behind
door
this
to
door.
the weasels. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
Alright.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Here's a racist.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures.
What do you mean, uncomfortable?
The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Typical asshole.
This person is unhappy. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
The lieutenant looks at the mugs next to each other.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Well, and yeah, imagine if I didn't, because I was about to dip. So we found this man, at least his apartment. Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Huh. A book titled The Hidden World of the Walking Sticks lies open. What is this flag? You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun? What is so unusual about the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain.
The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
+1 logic. Interresolary dress short. Let's go. Now let's focus on lying. Actually, I don't know. Looks a little bit more presentable. Yeah. I mean, logic and drama for me is basically the same in value. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over. Or maybe he's packing. That's it.
Yes?
Well, that was helpful. But I still don't see the point why Everard wanted us to do this. Specifically us. Like, why? Is this a new person? Working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one. Point at the book.
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She looks up briefly.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
She tries too hard to focus on the book stand. Maybe your husband is missing.
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
She looks around and takes a deep breath, a little annoyed. Wouldn't you like to?
No.
She looks you straight into the eye. Her right foot is tapping nervously. I can totally help you to find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
What? But empathy should actually reflect what she thinks, and that's not what she thinks, right? And it's just used for the comedic effect, I guess? Strange. It's okay.
What?
It's alright not to know where your husband is, nothing shameful in that.
Who said anything about Shane? Stop talking down to me. My husband is not missing.
She puts her foot down.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Maybe your children are missing.
No, absolutely not.
So where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
She definitely disturbed now. I police whatever I want. Where are they?
They are not missing, sir.
Okay, great, just making sure.
I see.
Maybe your
Thanks.
cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Get a task. What the fuck? Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Find your heraldic bird, okay.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
That's all for the moment. I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
I'll come back to it later. Went to finish the business with the corpse. So who put the corpse up there and how? The Hardy Boys basically confessed, but how the hell did they manage to hang him like that? Oh, missed some change. Still pretty
Yes.
low on health. I mean, my money. Need a big score.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's a special, there's something special about it. It's attached to the Quid crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking.
Just ask how to open.
Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
So weird. Maybe it's operated, the unlocking mechanism operated by voice. And you just happen to imitate the voice of a worker who does it. And it just recognizes it by mistake. I don't know. I opened the door, you ask me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry.
70 experience.
One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying. There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
But I have drama as my sign, as my signature skill, so... The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
He pretends to roll up his sleeves. There was a collection of colonial mugs there, and I found a similar mug in the trash. Like, we just said that I haven't went in there, and you now talk about just ask who the weasel is. You don't need to bring mugs into it. I've heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Why would they send just one guy, though? I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wow, it's this bad. Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
Maybe I will. Move you somewhere else.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
No, the previous one.
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
Oh wow, he's ignoring Kim because he's a racist.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
So who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
He nods to you and the lieutenant.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
He slams his fists on the desk.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Crenel this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
You mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Old Theo is the silent old bearded man who didn't speak up at our last encounter.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
He's betting on them being useless to you.
Everard, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
What do they mean by cooperate? I
Also,
wonder.
Harry, here's 5 real.
Holds out a banknote. Wait, why are you giving this to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
What? I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Good talk. Let's conclude it for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
He says, slowly shaking his head.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm a hustler, I grind. I'm a money engineer. Is this another corrupt scheme? Isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Nah, we're not doing this. Or what are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
That's a lie, probably. Where this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place? You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
The big man shakes his head in disbelief.
We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
He means it.
Really? No. Okay, what do you think about this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
He studies Everard.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez. And maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Yeah, let's just cut it right here. No, I'm not going to do this.
Perfectly acceptable. No one's gonna force you into anything, but I don't know about that gun of yours. You see, I'm a vengeful man, Harry. Part of how I got where I am is that, well, I can be quite nasty sometimes. But the good news is, the moment you change your mind and want to look into this matter, just tell me, and we'll be buddies again.
He smiles pleasantly.
The lieutenant's eyes meet yours, and he shrugs. Okay, fine.
Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again?
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
I can't mention this shit.
By all means, Harry. What's on your mind? See you soon,
Well, more into empathy. I have 2 volition. -2 damage. Oh, because of the moral damage. Huh. Oh wait, what the hell? There's a whole part with that, with the description, huh? Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss, perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. So it's like that game, Life is Strange 3, was it? Yeah, the empathy girl who can see emotions. Amazing superpower. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. I also need a skill point for my thought cabinet. Okay, if the thing with the Kuno doesn't work out this time, I'll just keep going. But like, the more empathy I have, the higher the chance. So I have to just maybe commit to it until it works. Because otherwise, all I gained doesn't have much value.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Roto told you to help us to get the body down from the tree.
So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but. But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Come on, fuck off.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Wait, that means showing everyone that we are taking orders from the Union?
Yes. That is precisely what it means, homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way.
Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
How the fuck would have done that? By shooting it with a gun? This is just insane.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
No way, we're not going to do that.
Fine. Goodbye. Return to your degeneracy.
Oh, this work for nothing. Jesus. Let's shoot it down. Or at least try. Damn it. Yeah, I have no idea also how this will affect everything if people see us working for the Union. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad.
Kuno care?
What's going on?
Ah.
He's an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Kuno, listen, I know this boundary pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us grown-ups.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes it. Kuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it out of you.
You okay, Kuno?
She looks worried. The Kun has her confused. Okay, this seems to be a good option for the time I actually succeed.
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
How much
Kuno
fucking
doesn't
empathy
fucking
do I need to get into this kid's head?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos.
How to get
The cargo
to...
belt. As you narrow, this is a trick. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue.
So I can't... What? There's no choice then? Like... What are we doing? So when I committed to the bringing him down using Everard, now there's no option to shoot him down?
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of...
Of course. Come back late.
His eye dark brown. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression. Not carried on his features, but below, inside. An expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Huh, that's new, because I have higher empathy. This man enjoyed the moment of death.
Why do you think so?
It's an intuition.
Okay.
The lieutenant marks something in his note. You write it down based on intuition of a drunkard?
The corpse looks right through you as you an intricate web of blue lines stretch. The hangman. This is a steel ring.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in the material delicate. These are clearly not. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Yeah, there's no option. I guess I have to just guard for the Union. Or just left him hanging, but yeah, that's not... I don't think it's an option, because we need to do an autopsy. I mean, it's not essential, I guess.
The unpromising race pupil returns. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
I'm not a great bouncer, though.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with the measurehead?
Look at him. His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what?
We're just trying to keep things from going to shit.
Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
The woman twirls her hair.
You hear that? That sound? He's breaking something.
The lieutenant looks toward the yard.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
The funny thing is, I didn't take a bribe for it. Like, I didn't even take 5 real. That's none of your business.
The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Well, that was fast. I thought I would be actually guarding, and I don't know, some people will show up.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
How did he do that? He's large, but how the fuck? Thank you for your cooperation, Majorhead.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
How to get to this box? It's going to be harder to talk to the Joyce, I think. Well, at least Kuno stopped throwing rocks. He threw rocks for 1.5 days, and maybe even more, because we just show up there. He could have been throwing rocks this whole time. I don't know how this corpse is still intact. It should have been like ripped into pieces by this point. Well, I have to take a break. I want to eat a little. And if I'm still going to be not sleepy, I'll come back. Because I don't know. Even though I slept for a long time, now it's night, and I might get sleepy. I don't know. We'll see. See you around.